So I've just watched the sequel to that one-off film, Black Phone, because, you know, money. And we got spoilers ahead, just to warn you. So my expectations for this were really kind of mixed, because the way the first one was, where it's a missing persons movie, and you're kind of going through it with what's going on. I'm being brought forward with the character. I'm learning things with the character, and the other characters are helping us put the pieces together. It couldn't be the same in this one, especially considering the grabber was dead. Well, Finn obviously solved everything and killed the grabber, and Gwen is his sister in this one, who I should have known from the trailer. She's the main role. Like, Finn is in the film, but you can't say they co-lead. I wouldn't say that anyway. I would say Gwen is the main character in this film. So you go into this thing and it's a very different vibe. But how does it pan out? So really, this movie is not groundbreaking in the sense of that Gwen is having dream issues. Anyone heard of that from 1984 or possibly other years afterwards in sequels? And the damage that she can take, wouldn't you know, in the dreams, is damage that she then has in real life, or if she was dead, then she'd be dead in real life. So it was never going to be a groundbreaking movie. And as I said, the vibes of this are completely different to the first one. This reminds me of Megan 2 versus Megan 1 this year, because when Megan 2 came out, completely different movie. It doesn't matter how they changed, obviously Terminator vibes versus more, I'm going to say horror for the first one. But this, you know, with it being a missing persons and then being a completely different thing where it's, let's say standard horror, but whatever it is, right, in that sort of vein where she's fighting the grabber in her dreams and he's visiting her. It's just such a different movie, which is not necessarily a massive issue, because I enjoyed Megan 2 despite the fact it bombed, so maybe I'm out of touch with that one, who knows. But something I'll praise it for, I liked the fact that when we were in dream sequences, that we had the grainy sort of cinematography used as opposed to the rest of the movie, because that could have been confusing. Now you might say, maybe there were times where it could have been relevant, because sometimes they do things where they want to confuse you and want you to think, oh, it's this, oh, no, it's actually this thing. But that worked really well in my opinion. The characters in this movie, didn't think they were quite as good. I guess maybe it's more in the first one that the characters that are helping Finn discover things, they're sort of going on a journey with us, they're kind of aiding us in putting the picture together and working things out and going on that journey. Whereas this is more just standard, we're at a camp, we've got friends, not friends, all manner of different people that one would have. And yeah, they're going through all that crazy stuff, but it's not the same. And to be frank, I wasn't a fan of the pacing of this movie. Like, I thought it dragged a bit, to be honest. I thought they could have cut some of this off. Like, sometimes you get like deleted scenes later where you're like, oh, why didn't they add that in with this? You could have shaved some of this off. Like, I thought it just wasn't as good as the pacing of the first one. But then completely different movie, so it's a completely different pacing that you would need, but it just didn't click as well. Jeez, the violence in this, like, on kids, it's like, some of you might think it's OTT, some of you might be like, I really enjoy this because you're completely sadistic, but I was a bit like, oh, maybe it's a bit OTT. I don't know how to feel about it, but it happened. But at the end of the day, right, when it comes to like the type of movie that it is, let's say Nightmare on Elm Street style movie, right? And it's just a horror film. Is it entertaining? Yes. Yes, it is. The pacing is a problem. The fact that it's a different movie, or different style of movie, that could be a problem to you. It might not be a problem to you. I think going in with the right expectations of what it is important, because maybe that could disappoint some people because they're like, I thought I was going to get this and I got that. And the fact that Gwen is the main character. But as far as these types of movies go, yeah, it's a fun time. Like, it's good. The grabber's fine. Dead. Doing a completely different thing by being in dream sequences, so he's completely changed. But it's fine. It does the job. So it's worth going and watching if you like that kind of thing, but it's not going to surprise you like the first one. Not just because it's a missing person, but because it was like, oh God, this movie was good. This exceeded my expectations. This will hit the spot if you know what it's going to be before you go in. So in conclusion, did we need a sequel? No, not at all. Did we want a sequel? Kind of. I didn't expect one because the first one was supposed to be a one-off, but they gave us a good enough reason. They changed it into something decent because it couldn't be the same as the first one. It wouldn't have hit the spot if they'd have done another missing person. They'd have had to do a completely different character. And we know how that goes sometimes when we love these characters. We've seen the first one, and the first one was a surprise because we weren't expecting it to be as good as it was, and they kind of try and recreate it. So I get why they went down the route they did. And as I said, it hits the spot. So what did you think? Did you enjoy Black Phone 2? Perhaps your expectations weren't met. You thought it was going to be a different thing. Maybe you thought Finn was going to be more important, or you thought they were going to do something similar to the first one. Well, let me know below. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. Your support is appreciated. And until next time, I'll see you later.